हेलो। हेलो बॉयज। आ चुके हैं और एक बार पार्टी स्ट्रीम लेकर। तो आज ईडीजी और लेब का लोअर बकेट फाइनल मैच है। 5 बेस्ट ऑफ 5 है। 5 में से जो 3 जीतेगा वो जीत जाएगा आज और खेलेगा फिर के साथ ग्रैंड फाइनल और द ट्रॉफी। तो चलो साथ में मिलकर देखते हैं और थोड़ा क्रेजी क्रेजी एक्सपीरियंस मिलेगा। क्या सीन है, बहुत अच्छा है। ओ माय गॉड, ईडब्ल्यूसी भी आने वाला है। नहीं कर सकते बात। चलो। तबीयत बहुत खराब है आज, वैसे भी। चलो। और क्या सीन। सब्सक्राइबर तो कुछ बढ़ ही नहीं रहा। ओह, व्हाट्सएप का भी भाई प्रीमियम आ गया है। क्या 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 तो ले आते हैं। तो व्हाट्सएप का कौन प्रीमियम आता है? व्हाट्सएप प्रीमियम में क्या है पता है? तो लगी पड़ी है मेरी। ठीक है। ठीक है। चलो ये सब मिलेगा पिकेम्स और तो पिकेम्स मेरा पिकेम्स का हाल क्या है पता नहीं देखना पड़ेगा लग तो रहा है मैं खरीद दिया हूँ पिकेम लेकिन देखते हैं क्या सीन है पता ही नहीं
that you guys should probably remember throughout the entire series today?
Honestly, not that much because both teams we played yesterday and also Edward, so we both teams didn't have that much time to prepare to do scouting or anti-strat. We have like a small read on them. I can reveal. Maybe if you ask the same question at the end of the series, maybe I can explain more. But yeah, we have like some details that they like to do that we are like adapting, and the plan is like doing well.
Thank you for your insights, Owner.
Oh, I think if you're a Leviathan fan, the plan is going quite well indeed, Coach Owner. A 13-5 win for the South American roster. As you see Spike leading the charge on that Neon, all the heavy hitters, but alternatively on the other side, though, a little bit toward the tail end there, Mimi. EDG trying to get a couple of those rounds, but at that point, the gulf was just so wide. Leviathan, they were just running away with it.
This game was ended in the first half, and I think while we focused a lot on the tactics of LEV, what they did great in this was having an awesome approach to their strategy. In particular, how they were shutting down the C-splits that we saw EDG going for repeatedly. They had really good approaches of how to aggressively re-clear space in Garage and play into these C-retakes, and that's what led them to run away with this first half.
I actually like EDG's initial game plan of doing the C-splits, though. On left side, there was no Omen paranoia, and the weak side was generally on the C side of the map. I think EDG fumbled a little bit in those post plants personally, not taking the backside control and letting LEV flood in with those great retakes.
Yeah, their approach to these retakes was certainly on point. In particular, rounds I'm remembering is the 2 times where this Raze Rocket was online in the post plant. LEV did a really good job of baiting it out. Here it was sending that first kind of wave of the slide and the drone to pressure, and then Neon's just waiting with the ult to kill. Later on, it was a Neon ult popped in the next round with that Raze ult online to bait it out. This team is very patient and measured in the way that they approach these retakes, and the execution was just sublime here.
Something I do want to just kind of touch on real quick, Minnie, you said that they were allowing them a lot of opportunities to get through their back line. How was that happening? What were EDG not doing? What could they have done, I guess, to ensure that they at least did something to prevent that?
On the C side of the map, it's about getting that backside control before planting, and simply put, it's just the duelist going up forward for that space. It looked like they had a game plan of like not going for that space, which I disagree with completely. I think it's very fundamental Haven theory to have that backside control, to make sure you got those crossfires in and disrupt that retake when it's coming in.
Yeah, no, it always felt like Leviathan had free reign, and you're so right on that, of course. So there's more to talk about with Leviathan. Let's go ahead and take a look at our HyperX Reflex moment of the matchup, because this is another one of those plays where, you know, Minnie, your names are killing me over here. A Evil Cat. This was one of those weird plays that they were able to trap their opponents with.
They have a lot of variants to this same C fight. Here it was a pullback star going behind that dart.
Yeah.
That's the reason the EDG players didn't break it, because they thought it was going to get blocked off by that smoke, which they thought was full. You see even this Astra pull going in to bait that it's that closer fight, and the execution is really good. We saw in their last game of Haven, they had a variant of that where they're throwing a shock dart and sliding through on timing. This team just has so many different tactics to fight you early. They seemingly have something new to show in every match, Minnie.
Yeah, when you think you know that they're going to do the same thing over and over, they'll bring out something like that, and you're like, oh my god, they got another thing. There's so much to keep track of, and they're always so beautifully executed.
Yeah, that is the part that really rattles me, where it's like, they have so much in the playbook available to them, and it seems like the book just keeps making new ones. It's like the self-writing book. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it, and it's pretty dang cool. But they're gonna have to keep this thing going. The drive needs to stay alive as we get ready for map 2, because we're going over to Pearl to set the stage for that one here. Now, this is going to be an EDG pick, but we were looking at the series layout, and we saw, Minnie, how these first 3 maps played out. And Leviathan, while, of course, this map is good for EDG, there are no slouches on Pearl at all, especially with the compositions they like to run.
Yeah, absolutely. I think LEV lost some confidence in their Pro, like Mimi was highlighting earlier, but America is a very strong Pro region, and I think this is a dangerous map here for EDG. I think that this is a must-win map if they want to take this series.
I absolutely agree. I think that if LEV can pick this up, it starts to really look like a 3-0 for this young team. In particular, what I like about their Pearl is defensive side. A lot of the same things of Haven. I think they have good ideas to trap play behind Neon's operator when he's playing the chamber here. They have really good approaches early round of having variance in how they fight for space, especially towards A main. So for an EDG that struggled with some of those same problems on Haven, I think they're going to have to quickly find solutions going into Pearl here.
Yeah, I think on the flip side for EDG, this is the map where Kong had his best performance, I think. On that defense side with that Jet, he was popping off like vintage Kong. I think we're going to need to see him do that again if they want a chance on this map, because LEV have been looking hot here too.
Spike's out here trolling us, everyone.
What did he hover?
He hovered over Reyna. He made me hope that maybe we do something wacky, but of course, the stakes are too high. How could you?
They really are.
Neon gets locked in here.
EDG, they've made a final before, they've lifted a trophy before, but that was now 2 years ago. This team is facing down one of the least experienced squads that's been to this point in a tournament. This is the map they picked. This is the map that they're favored on. If they fall here, it's a massive disappointment. You start to look at memories of Bangkok for EDG.
I'm looking at the Neon and Kong head-to-head on different agents here, but the operator on this map for both, especially on that B-long on the defense, is going to be pivotal for them.
Well, you heard the desk, and now you know exactly what to look out for as we get ready for this matchup. The best of 5 is far from over. So let's go ahead and jump into map 2, shall we, London, England? We're going to send it back over to your casters. Here's Brent, Handside Show.
Okay.
We need to see a return of form here for EDG. As we get into Pearl in our lower bracket finals, it's elimination. There's a chance for a spot in the grand finals for EDG. It will mean an opportunity to get revenge, to reach the prior peaks of the past where they were able to lift trophies. With Leviathan already 1 map up, and as the desk was mentioning, Pearl, America's a region, no slouches at it.
And it actually used to be EDG's permaban. Only started playing it very late on in VCT China. LEV want to try to take this fight early mid if EDG are going for it. EDG do like to go for this mid default quite a lot. And Neon's posted on an angle where
It's walking
may get a freebie.
Yeah. There's a rendezvous to play around.
He is full walking up here. Creeping into mid.
Nobody poking, trying to see if he can pull players up and around because EDG are going in a different direction. Slow take towards A main.
It's a risky position for Neon, but he's just relying on his fast reactions to get him out, and it's helping his team figure out the defensive setup. They're going to be over here, especially if the trip doesn't get broken. Blows is going to have help and a recon.
Seeing the stars lay it down now, that's going to be signaling quite a lot. The flashes set by forwards. Kang's all the way into that smoke, but guess what? Players are already home. The reveal is massive. Molly doing quite a bit of work there. Sado is going to be burned to cinders. But it brings into a 3v3, and EDG don't want anything to do with the A hit.
Full rotate. Miles away from this mid avenue. Usually rotates like this all the way from A main to B main are a bit too slow. But here,
7 seconds.
Yeah, just setting up a faster avenue, or rather a more open avenue to get into the site. But King could play spoiler to all of this.
High committed onto this line. He's worried about the lane control that they've lost this entire time, but now he's going to be hearing the footsteps still. Nobody catches it now, jumping round to the corner.
Great job.
Claimed. It is beautiful. Great work by Chichu. Blows though. No way. See if he can deny this one. He's walked all the way in. That's a plant. Stops, but does not survive in time.
Oh my god.
Barely there to control, but EDG, they get a pistol round.
Incredibly important. They get on the board early. Nice idea as well from Kankan. Get deep inside of that. He almost caught both of the duelists with util in their hands. But the combination of that trip and recon ended up being a bit too much. And nobody putting himself in the lurk position. Instead of calling his teammates back through into him in B-Link, they wrap around.
Yep.
Already a much stronger beginning, but this is a Leviathan trap play that they like to run. We've seen this one before many a time. Up towards the B angle. The wall is deep here, but the first shot just goes wide, but a flash even better. These players don't have a clue. Kong! Just with a bulldog. Swipes them all away and swats them all down. Neon trying to do any sort of work he can, but the shots ring out. They missed the mark.
Somehow Kankang's still alive in the midst of all of this. And blows the last one, trapped in back halls. EDG with guns trained and a jump peek to finish it. What a double from Kankang just as things were starting to run away from EDG. That flash absolutely caught them, and yet he spins around, deletes those two players to relieve the pressure. They need him to perform here on Pearl. If you're going to be running the Jet on this map, you best be hoping the Jet is going to feast.
Bonus round here for EDG. A lot of danger to it. Managed to bring a lot of the Bulldogs forwards, one of the rifles. They've been playing a very cautious game so far on their attack. Never very all in. Contacting as much as they possibly can, but as the Prowler's going to be broken, flash around the corner. Tight connection there, still running all the way forwards. This is nobody basically taking point. This guy's running with util out into his hands. Up dragging a dash over to the back, blows, accounts for it. Little shot in the dark there, straight into the smoke. It does remove Kankang. Calling again for the rotations. Chichu finding all this space over towards B.
Again, it's quite a nice pattern from Kankang, even though it doesn't work. He jumps onto Neon's rendezvous, which stops Neon from being able to commit to a different position. King having a wonder, stepping forwards, taking that risk, even though they're in a player advantage with rifles.
I just spotted one player, that's a spike drop down. Has to be reclaimed here by Jenny.
He can let the spike be recovered in this spot. A 4v2 retake on B is more than enough of an advantage for LEV to be able to convert. Jenny and Chishu would have to pull out something ridiculous to get this bonus round win.
Dropping it around here. Jenny with the gun. It's going to be guarding Chichu's back. That will be down, you're right. They're going to have to do something ridiculous here. A lot is asked of Jenny consistently on this squad. He is the danger man. He's the one with the bulldog. The molly is good, pushing them back and away. LEV usually going to be disciplined here. The util going to be raining out, waiting, biding the time. Hold on, the reposition is good. Spike chopped down, taken out by the bulldog, and an upgrade. It's going to be reclaimed. Jenny ISO his fights beautifully. Still Chichu has fallen. There's still a 1v2. It is all going to be on Jenny now. Dodging the flash. Nice fight taken. Tap onto the defuse. Kings hoping to see if he can pull him way out.
Oh my god.
King with the composure wins the round out.
It's a great try from Jenny, though. Way better than what he was able to do on Haven. He just looks so much more comfortable on every other map in the pool. He's been massive for EDG, and he's just made that bonus round very expensive for Leviathan to deal with. Considering that was a 4v2, and they knew exactly where both of the EDG players were going to be as the spike went down, Jenny did such a good job there of slipping into the fast lane and making himself a problem.
He really did.
He's put them all on light armor, blows with the Guardian, Neon just working with a headhunter. He's actually done a great job for EDG to keep this momentum going.
Here for round 4. Similar start once more. No noise at all here until they walk all the way up. Loose here with the flash. You're going to be caught with that util out. You can see ults coming out. Okay, Neon, he's got that headhunter shot. Peels all the way back though, that Nightfall scatters. He's going to be denying a lot of the sound cues, a bit of spam randomly into the corner. Neon does his best, but eventually traded out. Kankang now inserts himself into that pit position.
Ask for help, nobody's required.
Does indeed, now we're going to see it. Sato, turn of the tide, looking to see if he can make his own mark. Able to run it back forwards. It is visually taken out, but not before. Nobody goes down. 2v3 now. Chichu Smoggy. Smoggy with that cut up close position over towards default. He's hoping he won't be cleared, unaccounted for. Slight misstep and mistake. The molly sails up and over, but time's starting to tick. Here in the jump up, and that is a beautiful kill to be found. 1v1 now, brought to it once more. King denied! A second chance at the clutch. To our Chichu.
They're going to need Chichu to stand solid. That duo of Chishu and Jenny have been, I think, the two most important pillars for the run that EDG have put together so far in London. And in back-to-back rounds, they are both required to both do the damage and then convert. And this is going to destroy Leviathan's hold of the economy and start out EDG with some great momentum. Their theory looks a lot better. Their ideas of the way that LEV are playing look a lot better. And they're scrapping through in these close scenarios.
Exactly the opening we needed to see from EDG. Getting battered on Haven. They're answering back nicely in their own way.
Even the maps that EDG are marginally favored on, LEV are still good. Like the map pool advantage, you've heard the devs talk about it. It does just seem a bit deeper from LEV, but if EDG can come out with some strong performances in crucial rounds like we've seen so far on Pearl, it'll give them a lot of confidence to be able to perform, be able to win. Their game against PaperX, it just felt like they were never down, never out.
No. It's an unbelievable level of resilience being shown by EDG.
They know that they're good for it. They've done it before. There's a level of self-belief when you know that you are capable rather than just believe that you are capable. And both of these teams are in very different positions.
30 seconds left.
See an open A side here. It's going to be a plant down with no problems. Deep control over towards backside. It's taken up.
These post-plant positions are something that Mini was critical of on Haven. I think the theory is going to be a lot better on Pearl. You see them get into this deep setup over towards Secret.
Where are you?
Nobody, again, the like loose player that gets to float around.
Yeah. Spawning signs alive now, but that stun's going to be a connection, and the flash is even better. Hold on, Spike was a danger player. Gun is reclaimed. Sanado eventually brought down into that 1v3. Yeah. Potential chances with the damage done, but EDG, they maintain it and take that 4-1 lead in this map.
Another round coming up that's going to be critical. But LEV finally have money to be able to work with. All of the damage that had been done on EDG's bonus, that was the one round that LEV came away with, but it was a 1v1 clutch. Now Neon gets to pick up his operator. Players starting to get close to big ultimates as well. This Cosmic Divide's going to put pressure on EDG's post plants. But it's the op they have to get through first.
Neon is posted close here. The Haunt is going to be dealt with here. Now already the angle onto that perfect line. So Justin takes Jenny straight out of the picture.
Good way of dealing with that Phoenix wall. Saw that coming out from Global Esports. Here comes Chichu on alert.
Okay, I mean, straight from the trademark, straight to the dome. He's able to transfer that beautifully. Sada's taken out, but blows with an ultimate just to reciprocate up through mid. Third advantage still there for them, but that backside position now accounted for. King. The lateral down, just spotting barely the head, and that's more than a haircut. Neon finally meets his match. 2v2 still. It's explosive as anything. Nobody going for that wider face. Hold on, he hears a drone. He's trying to take a timing. It's pure insanity. Cancelled out, blows knows it's occurring. Now to stun and now to kill. Found EDG. Making magic of these moments. Finding a way forwards, and now the discipline reigns itself. Doubled up together, not willing to let this one slip at all.
Great trade towards the end. Nobody has been so important in these situations by just playing this loose, carefree style.
Yeah.
He's willing to throw chaos into the rounds, and he's more practiced in it. He'll pull you into the mud. And he's not worried about getting filthy.
That's really uncomfortable territory.
LEV are going to take a timeout here to try to wonder how they can adjust their setups to stop this chaos from happening. It was a nice idea with the Hunter's Fury and Spike's pressure, but it's the post-plant aggression that's really catching them off guard right now. People slipping, making solo plays, and getting through the gaps. Uncomfortable timings. The kind of thing that was throwing PaperX even off their game. LEV are normally a very disciplined team, and they've got their ideas, they've got their approach super drilled. But EDG are finding those little moments to be able to allow the individuals to shine. 10-3, nobody, the IGL. Coinbase win condition is for King to get his head around these timings and how they want to be fighting them.
It's definitely unorthodox.
These two IGLs have got history together as well.
Oh, yeah.
Champions 2024, when EDG lifted their big trophy and became the Kings of China. They played against each other in that upper bracket final. A 2-1 win where EDG came out on top. And LEV ended up kind of fizzling out of the tournament despite being favorites.
Sent straight back to the lower bracket final and losing out there. King would love a chance to return that favor. Seeing all in here by LEV when they're on their eco. What do you to that mean? That's a lot of respect by EDG. Oh! Decapitated, Bladestorm in hand. Kangang's not stopping there. He's not slowing down at all. Finding every target like a heat-seeking missile.
If you allow Kang to wake up in this game, it could be all over before you even realize it.
Last player standing.
Neon taken out, last one found towards the back, but that trade is instantaneous.
He was keeping up on Haven, even though it was a 13-5, he had about a 1 KD. It's not bad, but it was nothing to write home about. Here, that kill on the spike just crushes any chance for LEV to make a counterplay. It's a light by round, and the Neon ult is it's everything for him. Jenny's still got a really nice ultimate in his back pocket to work around. Steel Garden, opportunity to take everybody down in terms of the weaponry.
Seeing a mid-fight taken, Spike to fast lane. He wants to cut this one all the way up towards that top section. Dissecting and taking away the mid-control. EDG call for the fast reaction. They don't want anything to do with that fight, but it does force him into Neon's palm, and there it is. Headhunter, potentially greedy, but Kang, that hot hand, and the form now finally finding his footing on the stage. Players being inserted, though. King off the back of all of that one, and still he has found the kill. Chopping them up now with the rifle spam. To plan has been denied. Deep as the drone, looking for hunting out these remaining players. Nobody. He's way out to the open. Way out to the open, but still King's there. It's the swing of that pressure. First round and a long while that LEV were able to get.
Honor in the tack timeout seems to have just said to them, don't worry about controlling the aggression. Hit them with your own aggro. Get more aggressive, more up in their face. Force EDG to play to your tempo. This round was utterly controlled by LEV. Phoenix ult off the rip, mid-pressure with the Neon, and they funneled EDG, shepherded them straight into their operator. How many set ideas like that do LEV have, though?
Might be running the same one back, but slowly for now. Prowler sees it. This is a molly potentially for the rendezvous position, but this is already Sato squaring up, taking a fight forwards. Spike went down earlier.
Mad pressure on this mid-default.
Really
EDG really struggling to hold on the last couple of rounds.
Player disadvantage once more.
You are divine locking vision.
So Jiggle, poking, prodding, sees the util that's going to be sent flying forwards, and it does signal quite a lot. Calling for the team to back him up. Plant down. Jenny in a prime position to use a steel guard and potentially take it one step further, and that's exactly the plan. Ult's now going to be popped off. Walking even further past this one. Cosmic Divine going to be pushed past and beyond. Nobody making sure to clear out most of the side, but they've got one in their back pocket. Goes both ways at that. Drone going to be broken before he gets that tag on. Line forcing the fight forwards. And a flash on top of it. Sato already trying to bait out the fight. Uming-ahhing about it, but already that high ground angle. Full fruition. Leviathan happy to wait it out and play that full retake.
And this time EDG couldn't find that little avenue to slip the gap. They threaded the needle into spawn in previous rounds when they were down players on a B post plan. But here, despite being in the 3v4, they just had to take more passive setups.
One enemy remaining.
Didn't feel confident in pushing through their own Cosmic Divide, their own setup. And so LEV get to play their game. That tag timeout from Owner has made all the difference. I think at some point here we need to see EDG respond with one of their own. The coach battle between Autumn and Owner, they are massively different coaches.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. Big juxtaposition because of Autumn. Multiple finals appearances, a trophy lift in his cabinet, but Owner, none of the trophies, but a lot of consistency. That's what you get out of him all the time. And Neon, flash to push him off that line.
Very close.
Yeah, very close indeed. The shot's just whistling past. It's what they need to do with all this util. Again, the molly sails up and overhead, sees alongside it. It's a full-on util dump. It's all about weathering the storm. Shots forwards. Neon though with a peek. He's already taken out Smoggy. Cloudburst just to buy some respite, but it doesn't cover the ankle. Neon is just unleashed. No stopping this guy. Finally, Kankan puts a bullet to the brain, but there is not enough to go around. So be attacked again. Coming up fast, loose, aggression being the name of the game.
Remember the name Neon. You're going to be watching him on stages like this for many years in the future. He has instantly leapt onto the global stage, performed just as well as he was in Americas, and taking rounds like this by the scruff of the neck. As predicted, EDG are going to take a tag timeout. Autumn needs to talk to them in order to figure out how to counter what LEV are up to. This one was actually a slight move away from the theme. Owner had been asking his team to increase the tempo, increase the pace, and force EDG into these faster hits. Deny them mid-control, force them into A-pops, B-pops. And now he gets an opportunity to adjust again as Autumn scrambles to keep up, even though his team is in the lead. 6-4. They're not
Coinbase win condition.
Yeah, they're not really going to have the money here, but Kangkang's one away from the ult orb. I think the Coinbase win condition for me, Brent, is that Autumn puts some pressure on the outsides of the maps. You force Neon to take that rendezvous, you push him off that deep line, and then you return back over towards working splits through mid. I'd like to see them, if they're going towards an extremity and outside of the map, to still have another layer where they can go back into either a mid lurk or a split.
Yeah.
At the moment, if Neon takes contact, it's basically because EDG are trying to run him over.
Clear punishment as well from a lot of the contacting that EDG are doing. For the same default though, King is usually going to be ready here to see if he can break the horn, and look at the util that they're throwing out, and respect being shown. Horn's deep enough though, and Neon was waiting it out, but he was just aiming into the wrong location. It's a great punish from EDG.
That extra bit of patience
pays off beautifully. Kangkang now with updraft here, looking to lead the charge for the rest of his team in, and King taken out. Dismantled now. We're seeing Spike leading it all the way in for the backward position. Nightfall scatters the stun, just connecting, and it's a bit of damage. Stun, but still, as much as the util and the ult's being thrown all the way out, it's EDG still in control. Flag being planted onto that B site, and it is their territory, their domain.
This team can shoot. Both squads have got exceptional firepower. But you heard Alex talking about it in the Paperworks game against EDG before, where he was saying, man, you know, we are just losing out some individual moments. There are so many duels in here that are actually 1v1s. A player could come in and help, but like nobody just barrels through the smoke, destroys King. Kangkang, as you said, planting his flag on that high ground and winning every duel that comes his way.
Now we're seeing a fast play. This is EDG. Haven't used a lot of util off the rip here, but he might be punished for it. Goes both ways, and LEV favored in this one. Util sets them up for the beautiful gunfights here, but an instant reaction of EDG, but LEV are trying to get one step ahead. Already making a move over towards that position. Jenny carrying behind the box, but not for much longer. Sits straight back to that spectator seat. Nobody now has to stare at the round that he's been handed. Final 1.5.
A huge
1v5.
Huge haymaker from EDG in the previous round, and LEV respond. A gigantic brawl where Neon is not the tip of the spear, but instead it's the Phoenix Molly that just causes Kangkang to have to take that step back. And nobody's got absolutely no chance of being able to win this. A 1v5, he's already had an exceptional half. He's 14-6. I think EDG can feel very happy about putting together more rounds in the first half than they did across the whole of Haven.
Yeah.
Right? This is actually them coming back into the game, showing what they're capable of. But LEV are right there with them.
Go on, nobody.
30 seconds left.
Give us a show.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Last round, might as well pop it off here. 30-second mark. You see the odds. They're chasing him down. He's not trying to give him anything, is he? But he's not long for the world. It will be that 7-5 finish. EDG, as you were saying, can still be happy with what they've earned.
Both teams finding areas to excel. Both coaches finding areas of impact. And the individuals, Nobody and Kangkang, shining brightly for EDG.
Yeah, competitive half on Pearl. That's precisely what we needed to see out of EDG to just make this one an absolute banger of a lower bracket final. Don't go anywhere.
agent को इतना करने के बाद अभी भी देखो कितना खराब Hypertext 716. Whoa. HyperX की तरफ से जितना
trying to find the right moment to be disciplined and the right moment to take the risk. That's a huge momentum swing round. It doesn't get bigger. 2 stingers and some headhunter bullets in the back pocket for Neon. Meanwhile, Kankan gets to play around with the Outlaw again. It's the perfect opportunity for EDG to make up for their poor pistol round win rate.
Kankan might be feasting here. Pretty common position. Hoping that he can hunt out, sniff out potential players. That's knife out blows.
Spike down, B.
Miscommunication perhaps, but Neon immediately there with a punish towards that double doors angle. Taking up the space now. Seeing the ult popped off, Sano is just running him down. He's reclaimed a rifle as well. Picked that one up, he's going to be stealing it all the way back. Kankan under an immense amount of pressure. He's brought down. It's insane. The ultimate out of Sano.
Well, they've just given away so many of these guns as well. LEV have stolen the momentum straight back.
How has that occurred?
Blocking vision.
So not feeling comfortable enough that they can commit to the plan, but at least they can pick up a gun or 2.
Oh, they've also just cleared so much space.
Yeah, full lane control. Plant now down. Just like you said, complete flip of momentum when you thought that EDG were able to do it. Slide off angle of Neon. He's watching for multiple angles, but he's just missed his chance. Hold on, re-peeking in the rendezvous. Peeled all the way back once more, but he's had to concede up that space, and now it's EDG getting a bit of a move on. They realize, wait a minute, it's a chance to win this. Nobody. First one to step up towards it. That backcourse position needs to be accounted for. King there, but both players searching on site. It's Jenny, nobody. Quick tap, Sado, prime position. Just plays it perfectly, tucks himself back in the way, not giving an easy fight whatsoever. They know that there's time to be played for in a round like this. They're gonna make nobody really work for it. 4 kills for Sado. Blitz and pace that he took it onto that side. It's all smiles for him.
The Phoenix gap is just immense. It's another Thrifty. Neon picks up that kill across towards B-Link. Sado gets 2 inside of his ultimate, including Kankan, who really, I think, should have been able to do more even with the Outlaw in his hand. And LEV have just stolen this all the way back. Look at Sato, 19 and 9.
Thriving.
He's been playing like a veteran. And he's only been around for a little bit longer than the rest of his players on LEV.
Dart and the Phoenix wall. Enough space given up that Sato can get 1 step closer to another ult. And we've seen how pivotal they are. A lot of space though, going to be taken up here by Kankan.
Yeah,
Marshall.
I mean, I suppose there is a chance that he could get his Bladestorm online in this round and we could have Thrifties going everywhere.
Yeah. Nobody. Might be tested here. He's turned his attention just away for a moment, but that is perfectly played. Off the sound and the noise being made, Sato taking that swing and takes on a player too.
Yeah, beautiful timing on that. And Neon winning a crucial duel against Kankan in A main. We might finally see the team with the better weaponry coming through with a round in this half.
Yeah, and sometimes an overabundance of caution can be a bad thing. That's how EDG were able to get that eco last time, but not willing to make a misstep other than making that sound cue. Walking up steadily, EDG might be squaring up again. They're looking to take a fight in through. But it's watch for Smoggy. Hold on, he's managed to at least claim 2. Flash to the side! Single-handedly! He's taking them all on. That running back though. His back's going to be exposed. He might be getting squeezed into multiple directions here, but it looks like the space might not even be taken up. He's taken out King. He could have, but it's not communicated, not coordinated. King was worried about the other side's alive here, but the time is running bitterly now, down to the end. 11 seconds remaining, and guess who's in position? It's Jenny, rifle in hand. 7 seconds remaining. This plan is to go down. King needs to be covered, and it's not happening at all. It's all Jenny, but teed up by Smoggy. Beautiful rounds. We're seeing ecos all over the bloody place.
That lineup between the 2 duelists. And then Blows anticipates the flash, but I think mishears it. The size of the stage, the crowd, the base. And that's another Red Bull clutch.
Clutch potential that we were seeing from EDG. It kept them in a game against Paper X. You cannot count this team out.
Doesn't matter how far down they are. That round absolutely did not look like it was going the way of EDG until Smoggy decided to grab 3 out of nowhere.
Recovering it.
they're putting an extreme emphasis on being able to build up the ults. I think a higher priority in the game plan. Nobody steps up. Same position as Smoggy previously.
He's going for it, isn't he? Util out. Horn reveals that there are players close, waiting in the wings. You've got to have a bit of fear into your step, but he just doesn't know the meaning of the word. Running back, no. Leading the charge. Pave away to victory, potentially through nobody. Trying to dominate up towards this main smoke. Just takes a peek out wide towards the side. Here is traded. Neon right there behind him. A spike towards the back. That is a big punish. Chichu taken out. Kong. Smoke dissipating now. Guns trained and ready. Wide face and wide fight. Or taken out. Smoggy and Jenny now left into a 2v2. But King with his timing. He's wrapping it all the way around. None the wiser, none the wiser. It's Jenny removed. And he calls it a mass retreat rotation all the way through their spawn.
Smoggy can hear it. He doesn't want to give away too many sound cues himself, but now puts pedal to the metal. Starts sprinting.
Starts lay it down.
Pull used early.
Yes, to give them a bit of space here, but a flash forwards. Got one more for the extra trouble here. Flash is good! And almost there with a connection. It's always a chance with these EDG players. You cannot dismiss them so easily.
That was a very, very individual round from EDG. Nobody is just running around making plays on A. Kankan takes a dry swing on his own, uncoordinated with anybody else. And then these final two players looking to try to pick up timings too. I don't know that it's fundamentally great defensive setups and gameplay from EDG, but they're still making LEV sweat. Finding the read on what timings are going to fight you is tough.
It's such an odd series, at least map-wise now.
Wait, this is a full gamble on the A side.
It really is.
The IGL goes walking forwards once again. Neon picks him off. But I don't think this is going to be an easy round again. Normally, King likes to pump the brakes whenever they're up like this. But actually, the level of respect and discipline, it can allow people like Kang to just take more and more liberties.
And we've already seen it. The right risk taken at the right time on their ecos. EDG, they are not going to make it easy for you.
I think it's quite principled the way that LEV are approaching this, but they are just ticking time off their own clock. And Kang is going to be sat there with 5 blades and 5 heads.
Going to potentially be popped. The sole recipient of this aggression that might be about to come his way over towards the B site. He's twisting and turning, left guessing in terms of the map control because this is pure contact by LEV, but again, this could be where he shines. Now with a util. Sees it now with a drone. He's forwards, he's tagged up, he's fighting straight towards them. To Dash and a Cloudburst. Potential for him to see if he can at least survive. Wherever the Storm batted down the hatches. Plays Storm and has an instant trade. Spike that dishes it straight out. Plant now going down.
Danger there should have been handled, but Jenny still has a Vandal.
You are divided.
Swing Divide to cut them out entirely. This is LEV showing respect again to the eco. Potential of EDG to win these rounds out. Even when they're a player up here, Smoggy up from that high ground. Overdrive now going to be popped off in through the backdoor position. And with a lack of armor, they are being galvanized. Smoggy just reclaimed at least the operator, but might not get a chance to take it. Yeah, he's going to be able to get it potentially all the way out of there. Not the worst prize in the world. Spike might be able to hear this. Might be jumping straight into him here.
It's important.
He'd love to keep the op.
Oh,
He'd love to keep it.
Yeah, he's going to be able to. He's tucked himself into that safe little corner. And so Kang's going to have a prize for the next round. But Sado's happy about it. It's an anti-eco, but they convert it pretty cleanly, actually. The big trade from Spike onto Kang made all the difference. Spike's been brilliant in playoffs, too. He's a player that I think was up at the top of all of our ideas about who was maximizing Neon's, I guess, broken kit, you could argue, before the nerfs came through. But, man, he looks like he's touched here in London and is not in any way looking like he's hurt by the Neon nerfs at all.
No.
He just looked like he's playing exactly the same. And in fact, better, I would say, compared to what he was doing, especially in terms of stats.
Yeah, in terms of his util usage, it's been sublime. Key part of the reason why they are such a good team is stuns. It feels like he connects them every time onto an individual. 100% when it comes to the precision. 9-9 though. EDG with his timeout, clearly feeling the heat and the pressure from the moment. They don't want to let this chance slip away because they have been in control here and there on Pearl, but LEV are clawing their way back in.
Yeah, whoever wins here will have a chance at revenge against Paper X in that grand finals, and a chance to be able to fight for a trophy. Both teams have already done a great job of being able to get minimum podium positions, but right now, eyes on bigger prizes. Kankang with that operator in his hand that was saved by Smoggy previously. The scoreline tied. Jenny under pressure early.
Very much peeled back. Left to his own devices, typically the way that EDG play this on the defense. Happy to see what Jenny can cook up when he's anchoring. Same game plan from LEV though, just taking that B-long control, leaving the insert of King, taking up the orbs, making sure they can build up to the ults.
And here's the op battle potentially over towards A main. Neon heard that haunt, knows that somebody's going to be up deep.
He's calling for util of their own, a drone. Used to clear this position out. Kankang's making a go for it here. Take a listen into LEV.
Só tomou spike. Guys, o cara tem AD up, saiu pra trás. Tá botando trela V, viado. Dá pra fazer mais um. Mano, tem que ser rápido. Aí volta mais um fake, mais um pump e voltar mais split. Arto. Só volta split de rua, guys. Eu vou botar de vocês. Vou dar aqui, Sato. Vai. Oi, tá museu. Esse cara é uma comitê. Vamos avaliar. Eu vou ter ult, tá? Pula, Pedro. Mano, blow ult aí. Tá chegando, vou voltar, guys. Vou voltar museu. Botei e voltar, tá? Dá pra esquerda, museu. Morreu. Tela. Vanga.
Well, they're potentially running into the more, but they've got the util to see if they can clear this one out. Still 2 players left. Anchor! Gonna take it out! Dismissed and dissolved in an instant. It leaves it up to nobody, and Kankang once more. That plant will be going down with barely any time onto the clock, but backwards position. And Kankang shot going wide! Bullets rattling into the wall. Blow seemingly unaffected. It's LEV taking the lead.
King crafting that strat, pulling his teammates back towards him, despite losing Neon. The idea of blows ripping this Hunter's Fury deals with Smoggy, but how did they get the last two? Just beautiful timing on how they step in.
Remaining.
Taking the swing, bringing the fight, and rinsing any on-site crossfire setups there. Beautiful execution. Going into the stack and still coming out on top.
Neon. Dangerous tidings awaiting him. Flash in his face that he'll be forced to respect.
Sado's picking up these ult orbs freely around the map. 22 kills, ult after ult after ult.
I mean, how many is he on now? It's unbelievable.
He'll have another
not being
opportunity.
contested, are they?
No, not really. I mean, even if they are being contested, he's got the Phoenix Wall to just be able to lock that off. It's really nice theory that we're seeing here on London. Normally these A-orbs are the ones that the Phoenix would normally want to fight over in previous metas, but to be honest, the defenders, it's easier for them to challenge it. This is nice though, Smoggy pushing up over towards B as the Phoenix Wall dissolves for the attackers.
Gotta go.
Reinforcing over towards this A site, a stack on the eco for EDG. Yeah, big ults, big tools to use if it comes to it. Steel Garden could be beautiful. It'll even up the fight that's yet to come. Drone forward zone not going to be broken. I'm going to see that runner back again forwards, but there's that Steel Garden I was talking about. Flash up overhead. Side arms are going to be taken out, and Spike happy to once more play it all the way forwards here. Whittling and dishing it out with the pellets. And all the way, the fight's not done, it's not finished just yet. Overwhelming aggression is the name of the game, and LEV, it barrels straight over EDG.
A pack mentality. Grouped up, dead balling. No chance for EDG to be able to pull out magic. Just sheer overwhelming bodies in the face of Kankang at the end. What on earth is he supposed to do about that? And what is that snap?
Yo, okay.
24 kills across 20 rounds.
A good time at the Phoenix in.
Revealing area.
Sado is on one. Big Dart as well, over the top alongside that Phoenix Wall. This time EDG looking like they might want to put the punish on, but it's constant orb grabbing. These players are being split up now behind the box. How the hell do you even get out of this one? The Util need to come through now, but EDG, they're stacking it with bodies. The flash is good, but the anti-positions, they are walking right into their shots.
They just melted Chishu as well.
Molly at the back of the pillar. It's a pick your poison situation for EDG.
They tried.
Once more, the hardest possible challenge given up to Jenny. Nia's already on top of it. We're up to 12. Leviathan.
Everything EDG throw at them, every little counter idea, LEV have already got an answer for it. Neon holds the angle on the left side. Constant flashes being thrown out from Sato. He's the bait, he's the one drawing attention. Players are blinded, players are melting over towards Pillar. If you step into a fight with LEV, it feels like they've scrimmed it 1,000 times before. It's so practiced.
How do they cook it up on the fly? Manage it. The loser's bonus racking up here for EDG. They're able to at least scramble to give us some semblance of a bite. But again, the onus being placed on the star players. The Horn finally dealt with Kang.
Oh.
I'm feeling like you could take the peek off the back of it.
And Sato's gonna grab that orb again. He's one away from another Phoenix ult.
It's just ridiculous. Shots landing at least onto Neon, but no kill claimed.
A warning shot.
There.
Exchange on either side. Drone steps forwards here. Clearance, peace to mind granted, at least onto the side of fast lane as well. It's going to be chopping this one up. Sato with the molly. Hot feed over towards the lane position, forcing EDG to concede a lot of this space. Second wave and level towards it. Smoggy now with his own running back. He wants to see if he can step forwards here. Peeling out and helping out Jenny, but these shots again, they rattle either way.
Blows is kind of isolated here.
He is, but he's still fighting the target, still finding his marks. A player advantage here for LEV. I'm going to plant out just yet. Chichu, as we divide. Going to push them back and away, and the space is going to be conceded here by LEV, but they have 35 seconds left. They have no other options, and they realize it. Reasserting themselves now. Taking up control, but this is shoulder to shoulder. This could be everything. This could be the map. For God's sake, Chichu takes the peek past it, looking for the info. It's all up to Kong and Smoggy now.
Kong's left.
He's going. Walkabouts running to the opposite side of the map. It's all down to Smoggy on his shoulders. Flicking a wrist line off the dodge, and he can't quite land the shots. Time barely played down, but it matters not. It's a 2-0 lead in our lower bracket finals. Leviathan are taking no prisoners.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. It all started when I got to the FIFA World Cup. And wow, thousands of Verizon customers.
Oh, you got the free Verizon tickets too?
No, I'm with amazing seats.
I'm sorry. Okay.
And even pitch side access.
Are you? David Beckham, a Verizon customer.
This used to be for players. Now it's for Verizon customers. No one gets you closer. Only on Verizon.
In esports, legendary moments demand speed, scale, and soul. Players and fans bring the heart. Technology brings it to life. Every frame, every stat, every decisive play. In partnership with the Valorant Champions Tour, we're driving digital innovation that empowers the esports ecosystem to keep expanding. So players can focus on the game, and fans can focus on the moment.
Tired of off-season blues once Champs is over? Fear not, because Valorant is coming to the Esports Nations Cup. where players split from their clubs and compete for national pride. Will EMEA turn every round into a chess match? Is Brazil about to turn every map into ranked? Will Team USA ego peak every single angle? The final event of the year is not to be missed. Esports Nations Cup 2026. See you in November.
Break time is the perfect excuse to put the kettle on and make a cup of tea if you're British like me. But if you're here in the arena at home, you might want to grab a cup of water for this one. It's important to stay hydrated so you can lock in for the games. I've got some volunteers to show you how it's done. My friend James I met earlier. You're going to kick things off in 3, 2, 1. Get drinking. Oh, I love this. We've got 2 people to the right of James. They've already decided to get a head start. It's turned into a little race rather than a wave of water. That's it, there we go. Down, down, down. Sage, the star of the show. How delicate. We need the crystals to stay on the face. Beautiful. We've got a little pinky up moment here. Got cat's eye on my head now. We got Killjoy. We seem to be doing this 2 by 2. We've got a race between Viper and Killjoy. Looks like Viper's won, but that's okay. Killjoy for the lovely, delicate finale. London, please make some noise for your agents drinking water. That's a reminder to you guys. Stay hydrated, enjoy the games.
By hook or by crook, Leviathan managed to climb back and win map 2, and it seems like things are only going to continue to heat up for EDG and Leviathan, but the fans are certainly enjoying outside here at the Fan Fest and at the Copper Box Arena. It's a little bit of a warm day outside. I sweat in pretty much all conditions, but I had a little hustle this morning, and let's just say your boy was leaking out there, so it's very, very warm.
Yeah, no better time to be in an air-conditioned arena watching this series that is so amazing.
Hey guys, do you like being in an air-conditioned arena watching video games? Yeah, right? Not bad. Not bad. All right, friends, let's go ahead and dive into what we were observing in that map 2, because I mean, look, the reality of the situation is, right, we came into this one saying Pearl is the map 2, that we need to pay attention to here, Minnie, because this is a good map for EDG. But one of the things you prefaced was that America's teams tend to be quite good at this map because the region is quite good at this. Seems like your hypotheses came true.
Yeah, of course, and I think that to highlight early on, it was Neon getting those opening picks that was really crucial for them. But EDG bounced back in some of these rounds despite being down in the 4v5s, and were able to close out some of these tight situations.
Yeah, I think what was impressive was that after the first round of the series, looked like EDG honestly needed CPR. They were completely out of that game. They couldn't get back in. But here this looked a bit more like the Paper X game. The late round team fighting, even kind of stepping up to the big stage, taking some risks. The eco round where nobody, for example, is pushing up into mid and being able to get that one across the board in the second half. But at the end of the day, LEV took a timeout in the first half. They switched up how they were approaching these retakes, and they looked excellent in the team fighting to be able to bring this one back into control.
I mean, unbelievable stuff there. Of course, big plays as well were necessary in order for that to be the case, and I think you can see the fans kind of losing it out here. But that takes us to our Verizon high-speed moment from Neon, because again, yet another multi-kill from this incredible player, but more importantly, just giving this Leviathan team, Mimi, everything that they need in order to build up these rounds.
Yeah, this was one of those rounds that came right after Lev's own timeout. And notice how they're playing backside here. Both players playing close together. After Neon takes contact, EDG will try and swing into backside and punish him here, but he's just continually getting moments within this to find picks. That shot's just ridiculous with the headhunter.
That is nasty.
By the time he's done the work, the rest of the team arrives with Spike on the Neon and then the Phoenix utility to flood in front side and shut it down. EDG really wanted to fight deep and get into backside in these post plants, and once Lev started fighting much heavier for that space, they found success.
Yeah, instead of just letting EDG into the sites and just playing very passive, it felt like there was an active approach to fight those back lines, and it was working beautifully.
Yeah, it looked like they were like, hey, we're gonna peel back a little bit, but at a moment's notice, we're gonna push forward. Like, we're not just gonna only peel back. And I really liked seeing Leviathan just throw some variance in how they held a lot of these areas. And also, it just helps when you have a guy who's just out there shooting everyone in the face and just getting all the kills.
Who is, by the way, the youngest player on that stage. Could not even play at the beginning of this year.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro doesn't care. It's incredible.
Yeah, they started kickoff without him. Finally turns 18, steps up, plays his first full stage to qualify to make it here in Neon. That kid who was just on your screen a second ago, now a map away from going to the grand finals. And Mini, they're stepping into home territory here. This split has been excellent for Lev at this tournament.
Yeah, starting on the attack side here, every time they're doing that, they're just snowballing people over. Like, I know that we talk about this team and the amount of just like deathballing they can do, but this map, my God, they do it the best here. And on the defense side, there is a weakness in the fact that they played for the retake A quite a lot of the time, but no team has punished them yet. And it's going to be down to EDG whether they can find some of those reads.
All right, folks. We need to see if EDG can keep us alive in this series. Can they force that map 4, or does Leviathan make history for South America here and now? Let's send it back over to your casters, Bren and Sideshow.
On the cusp now is the pride of Americas, the last one standing against the last hope of China. But EDG will have one hell of a road ahead of them if they want to run this one all the way back. You're going to have to do it. It'll have to be here on Split, one map, one round at a time. The Leviathan are looking primed, ready to go.
This is one of their best maps. This is one of those areas where Lev have been able to come through time and again. You know roughly what they're going to throw at you, but it's so damn hard to stop.
We've seen that individuality brimming from these Lev players. Don't get me wrong, EDG, no slouches. They've been punching back, answering back. They need a strong start here on Split. Lev, full access potentially gained over towards this A side. The Hornet's going to be clearing out all towards the back of the side. Kong. Timing potentially missed. It's a 1-for-1. The trade is good. Chichu is on top of it. Now re-clearing over towards that ramp.
Yeah, they're looking to push over towards screens as a reaction to this, though.
King watching for it, a walk up into mid, but 2 shots to the chest is all it takes. Sheriff in hand. Set us straight there. That's just with the bandit. Long range. Kangang taken out, 1 to the dome. Get up now, flash in the face. Smoggy's going to have to be careful about this one. Chichu alongside him. Going to try and find a way past all of this pressure. Doubled up towards screens. The crossfire setup that you just do not want to wade into. How the hell do you even win it out? You have no heavy control. The shot's still there. Damage done, Masato. That blanket insurance policy just swings out. Snaps up the pistol round for their squad.
They've got such great ideas about how they want to play post-plant situations on attack and defense, Lev. They're a very difficult team to play against. Look at that swing. They get set up to run a trap play over towards screens, realize the ramp retake's happening. Sato just slides back in, and he's been utterly phenomenal today. Over a kill per round in the series. It's just crazy.
Yeah, there's been no pressure on his shoulders. Saw him skipping in the back halls just after that last map here. Forwards is the fight to be taken. At least 1 kill claim, and that seize is good. For the follow-up, Sato getting ever closer to once more never run it back, and he's been earning these ults up like they are nothing.
LEV have got such a great focus on the fundamental building blocks of what's going to get you consistent results from round to round. The defaults are practiced, the post plants practiced. The idea of building up these little micro objectives like the ult orbs, they just never let an edge go unexplored. And of course, this level of discipline too, always expecting the counterplay when they are up. It does offer opportunities sometimes for their opponents to stack an area, to get a play happening. But broadly speaking, this is how Ono wants them to control the game. Yeah. King's attack side calling, it is really difficult to penetrate.
He's got that explosive firepower. Surrounded by young talent. Very different King this time around with the squad that he is with. He's looking for his chance of revenge, not just against EDG, but to go all the way to the finals.
Yeah, last time nobody and King were IGLing against each other. King had Aspas on the team. You know, huge names, players that you build entire styles around. Now it's very much them taking new talent and crafting them into whatever style they want.
And that was back in 2024 when King ended up losing that match against EDG. Obviously, the rest is history. We all know that one. EDG going on to lift that trophy. We're seeing a heavy stack of bodies, looking to see if they can do a bit of damage. King has the rifle, but he's looking to see if he can get a clean exit out of here. Damage being the name of the game for EDG. Side stepping, no, just for the bandits. Couple of shots now, but at this point, LEV realizing they are penned in. The snake bite and an nade is actually quite nice. It's going to keep them corralled, collected into the corner. You're going to sidestep into that snake bite. The shots, oh my!
Oh, they can't even get the damage done.
That's ridiculous. How the hell has EDG not done more there?
Bobbing and weaving, the LEV players survive. And the round was always going the way of Leviathan, always. But at least EDG could have taken some of the sting out of this bonus, especially for a team that is so tactical, that has such a deep playbook. It is dangerous to let them keep a load of rifles. And Sato's one away from the orb. What is EDG's plan? Can they even contest this?
Whoa! It's Jenny on the line. You already know how this defensive setup is going to be looking. Kang is playing here. Saw it in their last game. Puts a priority for EDG to try and hold on to that B heaven control, because he will be isolated if they lose control of it, but they don't seem to care about mid whatsoever.
Well, they're just hyper-focused right now on B main, because it's such an area that LEV like to play around. But when you lose it early on and then Neon breaks a Trailblazer, this could be a B repop, this could be a B split. They can go anywhere with Sato's ultimate. EDG look to take the fight.
That's just Neon. Slight jiggle with a knife out, spots two players there. Sounds like for the re-exploration, and now mad dash and scurry away from EDG.
They already have the protocols, they already know how they want to play these situations.
A flash though.
Chichu's used his snake bite. Nobody would have to hit a shot here as they take Garage.
Well, he would. They were planning for the full rotation, but now they're left alone. 37 seconds left, flash round to the side, nobody. Hoping to get lucky here. A little bit of spam onto that line. Another flash of his own. Doesn't make the play to push this one forward. So just buying time as well and making them stew for the moment. A bit of spam. No, that'll do the trick. Still it goes counterbalanced towards the other direction. Spikes in though. That slight off angle accounted for. Chichu's there. Kang! He's going to do his best. Swift couple of kills there, but with 13 seconds left, the plant will be able to go down.
Nades, blast packs, none of them in position.
No, Smoggy not in the right place there to utilize any of that abundance of util, but he still steps forward. It's a good timing to take that fight. Pure disrespect showcase, but now how does he get past King? Slightly onto that punch. That's a nasty shot to hit. But it's all contained in the end by Spike. A 4-piece for him.
What a round from Spike. Look at that opener. Perfect crosshair placement. And then the second kill he gets, just spamming off the Phoenix ult. That regens another slide. Destroys Chichu, crosses him up, no chance. And cleans things up before they can get too dangerous. Disrespected a Boombot to help his IGL.
I'm him.
Yeah, you are, bro. He has been more of the Neon than Neon at this event. Yep. He's been exceptional. There were other people that we were looking at across this tournament. You know, Koshmaras, is he going to turn up? and take London by storm.
That's the issue, right? A lot of these teams, they leaned into the Neon. They didn't change too much around it. I think LEV have come into this very aware of what's different about Neon this time around. Movement got nerfed, you can't shotgun as much. You don't see them lean into that as much, maybe for a bonus round, maybe, you know, investing into the anti-eco, but they've found their footing and their stride. Multiple players on this Leviathan squad that just come alive, take over rounds, time and time again. Makes it difficult to even hunt for any semblance of that win condition, the coin-based win con.
Yeah, I think EDG will just be looking... I mean, their initial plan right now of refighting over B main is failing entirely. So you've got to try something else. We've seen teams look to take the B main fight against LEV. We've also seen teams try to push down mid as LEV take B main. We've also seen teams try to push out A really heavy to punish King, who's often holding in that area. Coming out of attack timeout, though, LEV love to go A.
Yeah, looking like a potential fast hit all the way through. There's going to be the fast lane to cut this one up, but nobody! It turns himself down forwards! With that Bucky in hand, Chichu from the top ropes. Neon, head rolling off the shoulders. It's LEV that are heavily punished, heavily slapped down to earth. The gravity of their situation finally settling in.
One of those spots where LEV should have mixed up what they normally do. The timeout into the A-pop, we've just seen it so many times before, and EDG were ready. The snakebite, the Bucky, tore them to pieces, and now they're in a 2v5 Leviathan trying to recover this.
Lack of hesitation from nobody to just immediately take the fight, Bucky in hand. It's paved the way here. Weaponry being exchanged across the board. A couple of shots are fired off towards that B-heaven angle, but this is EDG in a lot of control.
Both players missing the timings on each other there, though, as Blows and Jenny cross paths.
See how it goes, though. 38 seconds left. It is an open B site for the plant. Well, you can't give ins here for Leviathan.
They're going to expect that B main is compromised, but with that haunt, they know that either Jenny's not there or he's pushed incredibly deep.
Kings forwards, not stopping whatsoever. Watch for here. Lucky to be alive as the shots just whistle past. Along with those bullets, we're going to see him commit to the reload. They are being surrounded slowly, surely at that.
Trying to lure in that B main player that they know is there.
See the now Blows, already insert himself down towards that hell angle. Hold on, the damage is being done. Players picked apart, picked to pieces. But the composure just not quite there. Leaves it to King. Can't do it all. Nobody with a four-piece. Continuation of that form. He's the one who set that round in motion. He's the one to close it.
The IGL's clashing swords towards the end. Nobody putting those 4 kills on the board. His first 4 off split. And the MasterCard Thrifty comes through. I think mostly this is a really nice read on what LEV like to do coming out of timeouts. I don't think this is the kind of thing that you can normally read into too heavily. Because LEV, outside of those anti-eco timeout moments, they do like to mix things up a ton. So now we get back into the bread and butter rounds. What is EDG's game plan? How have they adjusted it? With the tag timeout that Autumn took, they were fighting B main. Now Kankan takes his op over towards A ramp. And LEV are fast up mid.
All the way forwards is going to be applying pressure to this ramp control. Kankan, see what he off. So Trailblaze immediately broken. King posturing like there's potentially more of a presence than there actually is, putting a bit of fear into their step, and B main control was conceded in the process. Now we're seeing it overdrive, offloaded Spike, leading this one forward, the rest of his team. Court's going to be clearing a significant portion of this one, but now Smoggy, oh, no way! It's the rocket whipped away. Now you're going to see this one not come at all. Jenny! Ankles being broken. It's Neon running a mockery on the round, running and gunning, doesn't stop. King forces them to bow.
EDG have just been torn to pieces. And the crowd, this whole event, has been on EDG's side, but you can't help but love what you're watching here as they get ripped asunder. This entire plan built to try to put pressure on Neon as he's holding B main, and he outplays them utterly.
You can see it on the face of the EDG players. Hope is fading.
Yeah, but they've got the right read again here.
Yeah, not all is lost. Nobody was able to do it for them before. This time, though, LEV not willing to jump straight down the gullet.
It's another anti-eco, another A push. or at least an A-side default. But King hits the brakes and decides to back off as soon as they realize EDG have gone for that same defense side read. It looks like the prep is there in terms of stopping Lev's A hit, but it's the normal B main default and the B splits with that mid pressure that EDG have no answers for currently.
Steady walk up through mid.
The read is nice though, with them cutting noise and starting to gather over towards B. Kankan will have a chance to influence the round.
Stack is in the right place.
Yeah, a shot with a Sheriff and Bladestorm activated. There are chances.
There definitely are.
Go, go, go.
Especially if this goes poorly. It's going to be that Prowler to lead it forward. Spike with that deep dash to the side. He's weak as anything. Stun ricochets, rebounds. Let's get the connection they were looking for. C's already going to be utilized, but King has that control over towards A main. He's calling for the troops to reinforce, go back over towards his A direction, but there's hesitancy in their step.
I mean, it's beautiful calling though. He's got the complete A site open.
20 seconds, now we're seeing it. Satchels across all the way. The EDG's trying to catch up to what the state of the round looks like. The paranoia is good, but the rifles even better. All the way onto this side though, 13 seconds remaining. This plant needs to be denied at any chance, any opportunity, but Blows already committing this one with a plan. Kangang up towards the top now. Rifle there! Whipping it way and around. It's Spike finally dealt with. Kangang coming alive in the final hour when his team needed it. Guns to be handed off and over the heels there, but still Blows. You can't count him out. And as that smoke blooms and blossoms, it's nobody's life that's removed. Jenny, ghost in hand. Barely anything at all to work with. He's got to find a path forwards, but with that upgrade found rifle now with a deep TP. Jenny finding his mark, finding his footing now, but the time's starting to get away from him. Blows just sidestepping it all.
There are too many threats on this Leviathan team for EDG to navigate, even with Kankan. Utilizing the Guardian, a historic weapon for him in big moments, in big matches. He picks off 3, spinning around. No help, no support. Again, very individual from EDG today. They are really finding it tough to sync their ideas up together and play off each other. Even their best moments have been on the backs of those individual rounds. LEV going for a bit of a fake A-ramp control here. Spike not committed.
He's all the way up. He's got that judge in hand. We've seen this play before. He wants to dominate control towards it. Chichu, he's hard committed.
Well, he's stuck in the open.
And the fundamentals of LEV still reigning true. Finding these kills, Kankan feeling the pressure, knowing that they've lost that mid-control. He steps forwards, wants to take a fight in towards B-main. Jenny, again, still hard committed to paranoia. Sweeps, and Kankan capitalizes already with that swing wide out. He's going to be backing himself up and away to smoke to potentially play around. It's going to come down to the reactions here, just spotting out the players, but Blows! Just straight there from the side, high ground! Walking the catwalk. Bullets into the bodies of the EDG. They're finding weaknesses now, but this is all up to nobody. The pit up gives them a bit of space, but it's still up to nobody in a 1v3. It's going fishing, hunting, spraying and praying, hoping for the connection. Tries to play it quietly for now. Waits to see if LEV will make that first move, the first slip up for them. Drops the gun, tries to bait the swing. Making him think that he's saving that operator, but still the bullets firing now, revealing it. But he picks up the operator at precisely the wrong moment. This is all Leviathan.
The Brazilian fans here in London are having so many opportunities to taunt and cheer these EDG players left alone in 1vx's. It feels like every round, LEV are finding opportunities to just put the squeeze. Look how isolated Kankan is there. Playing for his own value towards B main. Jenny hiding inside a smoke. There is no attempt to play off each other, to hold angles for each other.
Purely individuals.
At some point halfway through Pearl, they just decided solo plays were going to win the game, which is wild.
Against Leviathan, as we said, they've been tempered, honed to a deadly edge. Coached by Ona. He's not one to let any sort of lack of discipline slip.
I thought we were going to see Kankan rip the Bladestorm in the previous 2 rounds and try to convert a situation where they, might have been able to find it winnable. Here he pops it on what's essentially a full eco.
It's a deep insert through mid. He's going to be the first one to see signs of life potentially, trigger the paranoia. Orb up though, holding for the flash. Trap play set up straight off of Kangkang's contact. Right clicks. Instant updraft and a dash though, and he's back out and away. They don't want to overplay their hand.
But the right click, now he's got no knives to work with. Where's the threat now for EDG?
No gun at all. Team Haunt. Trail's going to be pointing directly towards potential players here, but a classic. Just can't get it done. 4v4. Still danger here when the time gets as low as it is, and nobody's going to be hearing this. Many footsteps moving towards it. Running back though. Utilized now to lead it forwards. Nobody at least takes him out, but Nightfall going to be scattering across. Cuts away a couple of these sound cues. Nobody! Still sidestepping. He's dancing around the pillar. He's making it work. Time ball for the rest of the squad to get in. Util flooding and flowing straight overhead. It's going to be slowing and stunting it. Nobody somehow grabbing another one for his troubles. And surely that's enough. EDG back from the brink, another massacre. Thrifty.
The read, the stack, bodies in. But these rounds are coming few and far between, and a lot of them are coming through on Thrifties across the last two halves. Hello. It's a whiff.
30 seconds left.
Not where the orb was supposed to go, but I don't think it particularly influenced the outcome of the round. Might have allowed EDG to stack bodies a little more confidently over towards B, I suppose.
Yeah.
Kangkang's trying to get the energy back up. This map has not felt winnable so far for EDG, but they need a bit of belief.
Be what they needed. Pit's going to be blocking out that access to B main.
I like that idea from Chichu instead of using it in mid, as most people would go for.
Yeah, I mean, LEV put such a high priority over towards that B main control in their attack. Farming up the orbs, taking control early.
And you have Kangkang's up on the other side of the map. Getting deeper now with the Trailblazer. Creates a timing where Smoggy's got to try to put a little bit of pressure in mid.
He's walking all the way up. This is brave, but he just misses his chance. It's like Jiggle. King, surely you're not going to be stepping straight back into this one. Oh my goodness, the nerves. And nobody left to defend at all, really, from a spot like this. The flash is good. Stun going to be missing. The spike still leading it forwards for his team. Who glide to the side. Back's turn, though. Kangkang, potential for him to feast. Destroying and decimating them. And once more, that time bought King. Forwards into main. He steals with one of the challenges. Spike's going to be picked up. Gives you chances to pivot, but you have only 30 seconds remaining. Which direction do you move into? It's a noise bait. Sound being made as they jump down into the vents, but the actual goal going to be towards the A side, and that leaves it up to Jenny.
Jenny can stay hard anchored here. He's always got the ult to be able to play off, but the play's coming into him.
He's just walking straight into the line. He's not ready for it at all, and that's the anchor play that potentially could have played spoiler. No paranoia. Level left guessing. Where could these players be? Smoggy. He's found it. Quick shot straight to the dome. Time, 4 seconds. He's missed it. It's no time at all. Chichu's running him down, but it's going to be a round one for EDG.
By the finest of margins, Neon there deciding to take the fight into Smoggy. It's 2 rounds by the skin of their teeth, but EDG are putting them together, putting them on the board. What a miracle round from Kangkang too. Stepping forward through the snakebite down to 30 HP and then down to 1 inside a C's. Always confident to take the refight.
1 enemy remaining.
And Lev really needed to put more focus, more attention on him.
Let's see Kangkang activating and stepping up here once more. Nobody. We've seen a repeat of the play. We've seen a repeat of the goddamn play. Shotgun to Chichu from that high ground. Seen it all before. And Lev once more punished as a result of it. Paranoia is good. Stops him for now. Gonna need to see sharp shooting. Lowe's and King pressed into a corner, forced into unfavorable positions, and kills are not being offered up as freely as they were before. Smoggy plays with a bit more discipline, gets the information, backs it up, but this is very individualistic. Now Blows looking forward, hold on, finds his one, but the trade is quick, and Jenny secures the spike for his team.
EDG look a lot more comfortable defending over towards A. And Kangkang's op is just filling the gaps. King shouldn't be allowed an easy kill here. High-low setup for Jenny and Chishu.
There it is.
Confirmed. Spike was dropped down into their laps. EDG look quite nice whenever LEV are opening on the A side of the map. Nobody has been reading those rounds beautifully, by the way. He always seems to be in the right place at the right time whenever King wants to start. on the east side. And there's a strong correlation too between when Kang has been able to get the op in his hands and the way that EDG have found success. It's not always because of him so much as he allows the team to stack in the opposite direction. They've just got so much faith and confidence in their superstar Jet Opper. LEV take a timeout though. Honor. He's looking for that Coinbase win condition to get back on top of the game. They've still got an advantage of 2. But it was that B main control into mid pressure that was working so beautifully for them. He also has lots of fast rounds in the bank. So if Spike's money is not looking great, they absolutely could just keep the Bucky and send it.
He's got the overdrive too. Ult earned up, many threats waiting on the other side of this timeout.
Whoever is going to be playing over towards that B heaven area, I think is going to have an absolute task on their hands. If Kang finds himself in the right spot, maybe the Jet Opper could do it, but he's going to pick up a ramp instead. And this to me does look quick.
There.
Yeah, I think to be heavy emphasis placed onto mid.
I think the Snakebite and the Paranoia are going to have to do work here for Chishu and Jenny.
Let's try and get this one up. It's a deep wall. It's going to be used at the final few moments. Doesn't reveal the hand until now. Now, galvanizing opener. Let's see it from Spike all the way forward to that overdrive. It's pure disrespect. Shuts it down, runs straight past that util, forces the issue for Smoggy. He's got to fight his way forward. But the extra element of that deep TP, Neon already took up backside control.
It's the power of LEV. Even when you think that you've seen everything from them. Attack timeout and a fast round. Massive advantage here. EDG might even think about saving. Yeah, you're in round 11. And Kang's got an op that he would really love to have. It's been working out for them in the slower pace that King's brought to the game. But the scrapbook is just such a massive asset for this squad.
Filled to the brim. Whenever they're in a tough spot, whenever they feel like they're losing control of the game, 3 rounds, EDG win, panic button hit. Owner calls it for them. Fast little B split play. Ults online for them to really make sure it hurts.
You have to be set up to deny them some level of B main control in case it's slow. You have to be set up to stop a fast A hit in case they go in that direction out of attack timeout. And then you also have to be ready for these kind of set plays up through mid B heaven. Your defense is just stretched too thin. Chishu and Jenny trying to do their best there with whatever tools they had available. But you see Jenny's inside of his smoke animation. The tempo just runs him over. He gets bulldozed.
Again, the stuns is just picture perfect. Exactly where they needed it from Spike.
Sato is 1 away from having his ult online. I think you would expect LEV to go B main, but EDG have not been able to deny them this area.
See it. TP's going to be heard here. Smokes are going to be thrown out. One just cuts up the angle here. It's another wall to cut this one up. Prowler forwards, making sure to clear the way.
You never know what timing they're going to pick on the B-pop. They can go fast, they can re-hit.
Might be looking to go for it now. Here it is, all in explosive style. It's pathing onto the other side of the pit. Damage definitely done. She's just going to try and dismiss and slap them all down from that high ground angle. But the trading immaculate still brings it into a 2v2. Very much winnable position here for EDG. Boombot.
Neon backed up, and he's just left King completely alone.
Isoed onto the site now. Nate's going to be pushing him back and away. Just spotted out his position, and Kang dropping it down.
He's begging. He's begging for Neon to speed up here through mid.
Needs some assistance, needs some help. Guns are swapped around once more with the rifles now. They are putting the squeeze. King needs a bailout, needs some assistance. Spam through the box. Couple of straight shots, wondering where they might be. Smoggy turning them all the way around. And a showstopper. To finish exactly EDG needed on that half. 5-7, just down by 2. But it's a very much winnable scenario, very much gives them significant chances to take this a little bit further.
It's the first round where we see EDG setting up these high-lows, trying to play off each other, holding hands with Kang and Smoggy. They're finally relying on that teamwork and team fighting.
It's a wonderful end here for EDG to just pull it back to that 7-5 half. Still going to be down, but for now, we can see what happens on the other half of this one. I'm going to send it down to Frankie. She is hanging about We're now with Leviathan's biggest supporters.
The Leviathan fans have turned up in London, so we want to hear the kind of noise they can make. But first of all, Boa, how are the team feeling this morning? Because you're their manager, you look after them.
No, the boys are well fed. They rested well, so they're very prepared for today. Let's go.
And you can see that on the stage. If they're able to win the second half, they're going to the grand final. Fernando, as the owner, the founder of Leviathan, please teach us the chant.
Okay, let's go with Vamos la Levianeta. All together. Vamos la Levianeta. Vamos la Levianeta. Vamos la Levianeta. Vamos la Levianeta.
I think I'm going to be hearing that when I go to sleep at night tonight. I feel like that's definitely going to give the boys a boost, but they are their own cheerleaders, Boa. They're always hyping each other up on stage. Who is the main hype man of this team?
Actually, Sato, Neon, all of them. All of them. Sometimes here people think it's just Sato, but all of them, they scream to each other. They go crazy with each other. So.
And what about backstage, Fernando? Are you giving the team a pep talk?
No. They know what to do, so I not make a pressure. So now I'm enjoying now. They have to win now.
I mean, no pressure, boys on stage. Your boss is watching you. I think it's going to be incredibly emotional if this team makes it to the grand final after this map. But you know what? It could go the distance because EDG are looking fired up. One more time, Leviathan, make some noise! Let's head back into the game.
Leviathan, all cheers, all smiles for this team. They know that they're on the cusp of something great. Been able to take it down multiple teams already at this event. They're on a lower bracket run. Would be one for the history books in VCT if they were able to close it out here and now.
They're also the Kingslayers. They seem to be coming for the teams that have won the Champs trophies before. Eliminated NRG. EDG look like they're on the chopping block next. LEV have been all over them in this game. Last few rounds, EDG have managed to pick something up, but this defense side is normally strong for LEV.
Leon.
The double duelists are going to have to go crazy for EDG. I'm looking towards Kung and Smoggy.
We've seen it before, even at this very event. Able to get it done onto Split, and now looking to see if they can set this one step forwards. Dodging and juking up towards the top, and Sato just seeing if he can make himself a bit of a nuisance. Neon, it's a fadeaway shot, but already the kills claimed. EDG with the advantage. The plan now to go down, stepping forwards into the smoke. Punished! Kunga's got it. Watchful eye, dominating the position. Random shots of Neon just going wide. Waiting it out. Not too many more opportunities going to be finding themselves here. Kang and Jenny. Quick cleanup, and that's a pistol round for EDG, as we were saying. Takes a lot to take this team down.
Kang's great in this round. Steps forward, dominates the smoke the Neon throws. Shuts down any attempt. That's a ridiculous shot. But one of the few that they landed. Otherwise, EDG got in. Found the pick that they needed. Stopped any retake from happening. The retake protocols from LEV on A are really strong. If EDG can focus in the rifle rounds around getting into B with their double duelist comp, I think that can be a big win con for them. And they need this map.
Hello.
They need every map.
Neon trying to do his Forsaken cosplay. All the way forwards here. Might be able to put the punish onto Chichu because those shots are going wide as anything. Snake bite. Oh! Said it!
What's he done?
He's trying to shank him in the face, hoping that they'll run him down. Let's give access to EDG though. Get the plant down onto A. Funneling the orbs into Smoggy, and he's going to be looking to see if he can collect a couple of eco kills himself.
EDG might have an idea of where these players are going to be hiding, waiting to die to the spike. Ideally, it would be Smoggy. Spectre in hand. These are looking like 3 tasty ult points down here if Smoggy can find them.
I've been placing an emphasis onto it, but how do you get down into the vents? Not being punished for it. Love chances. Satchel's a nice way to do it. Still, just the one. Quick cleanup. Neon straight on top of it. It's a gun picked up. Time running out. Able to go down here. Nobody looking to see if he can reclaim some of the investment.
Yeah, he does. He grabs the Spectre towards the end. It's pretty decent for Smoggy, but honestly, he's 2 away from the showstopper. Not sure we necessarily need to see this again.
I mean, we're going to include a knife too. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a long replay.
I mean,
oh, okay.
He thought he had a sword.
Yeah.
Thought he had a pike to be able to work with rather than a blade.
Out of options.
Took Masters London a bit too literally.
7-7 now.
I think that the B side of the map is where EDG are really going to thrive with this composition. Here comes that Lurk Viper orb that we've seen teams run many times before. Yeah. Smoggy probably wants to try to work for the orb if he can, the ult orb that is. But any pops out through this are going to be hard for Lev to hold.
Yeah, we're going to see the volley going to be used. That's preemptive at that. Neon, no, he's been caught out. Always so good for it. The flash forwards is a flood. Caught for, but they don't know about Smoggy. They don't know about Chichu. Running away with it now. EDG, bonus idea. My God, the blow still going to be making a good go forwards. The barrel. He's just been completely caught unaware.
I think he thought it was a dropped weapon.
Yeah, potentially.
That's crazy. This round is brilliant, though, from EDG. It shows you what their best idea of being able to convert these rounds are. They've got that Viper Orb. They can always be threatening some kind of slow take through B main. But if they get in position to pop with a Jet Raze comp, they're just all over you before you even realize. Smoggy took positioning towards New Box before Neon was even thinking about having to deal with an entry player. And then Chishu is so fast into hell. Spike doesn't think about that. Doesn't even cross his mind. EDG have done what they need to get back into split and start that long road to the grand finals.
It's Kankan taking a stand, empowering the crowd. Look at that for this squad. Yeah, the pathing is just sublime.
I'd say that is the bread and butter B default from EDG. You get Kankan with his cloudburst pathing towards the newsstand, as Smoggy either goes to the new box or even past it in this situation.
Let's go!
And if you've watched the VODs of LEV,
Let's go!
Neon wants to teleport out of his anchor position a lot and will go over towards what he assumes is a smoke towards CT. Well, that time EDG didn't even use a smoke in spawn. Neon just TPs out and Smoggy knows he's got a free kill.
Yeah, he's very good for it. Anchoring, he knows when to push the limits, overstay, just fully evacuating. Tactical timeout taken by LEV here. This is their time of interjection. They realize it's because EDG, they've got a ton of momentum behind them. Yep. Clearly they've worked out something over towards the B site.
7 of the last 8 rounds have gone the way of EDG. Some early felt like it was based on individuals, but later on, we're seeing more and more of their ideas and their teamwork shine. The timings in round 12 defense and round 13, 15 on attack, they're really tightening it up, putting the screws on LEV.
The obvious play here for EDG, to try and earn up Smoggy's ult. Showstopper.
But I think the obvious reaction from Owner is to fight much more heavy over towards B main. And that'll work even in the rifle rounds where EDG don't need an ult orb.
Kankan's here though. TP, it's a fake into the corner here. The flash is good, and Kankan's just walking all the way out, but he's got that dash to get back to safety. Got a nice edge.
Good positional awareness, even when he was blinded up there.
Back 7, they've got the heal in the back pockets. King has the rifle. Nice jump spot. It's the player that could potentially do something about this round.
You know the blows is going to be on heaven. Exact same spot he holds in about 90% of the rounds. Here he's going to drop into an A anchor spot, anticipating EDG gearing up for that A exec. And instead, nobody has pump faked it beautifully. He's drawn all of these defenders away from B.
I mean, they've caught a phenomenal round here. 50 seconds left. The Prowler doesn't see anything, and they've realized, wait a minute, we may have been a little too hasty in terms of the rotations, but they are getting players into position while EDG are walking up.
Oh, yeah.
B heaven controls there now.
It was a nice call to do the A fake, but they missed the timing on it.
Still looking towards that mid angle. Neon's going to be able to delay this for quite some time. 30 seconds left.
30 seconds left.
Paranoia's there. The smoke dissipates, just want to take the timing now, but with it, Util sailing up overhead, TP cuts it up into the corner. It is accounted for though, nobody's straight there with it. Still that rifle player King, only the one. Backing away to Satchels, somehow playing him into safety. 13 seconds left, time is of the essence. EDG, they're going to get a move on, they're going to go towards his site. The plan is to go down here with no real problems. Defended in time.
They just love to make the fans sweat a little.
Oh yeah.
It's a nice call, but they missed the timing. Had to go into a full stack of bodies. Again, it's nobody, the IGL, who takes first contact. Just making sure that his players on the entry are not going to get caught. And then Spike gets put down in the floor. Ult's online.
So lucky. So lucky. 5 people. Why?
Whoa, hello, Smoggy. What's going on here then? Paranoia is going to be following up right behind him. That's a running back. Utilized by Sado. He's going to be able to at least absorb this ult.
Nice idea.
It evens out.
It's a fake though. They're luring blows out of his normal position.
Trying to take up space over towards the A side as a result of it.
A double fake actually. They're going back to Smoggy. Let's take a listen to EDG.
不用，我大人摸包着，我在加 B 楼，小心打死！这个中路压了，吃解包，去拿2楼。我去看 B 通了，我去看 B 通了，我去拿紧压，你们去拿2楼，我去拿2楼下，我 B 通反绕 B 楼了，他以为我摸2楼了，他以为我摸2楼了，紧压推黑了，2个至少，你们把2楼霓虹上了，他没道具回防了，他没道具回防了，他推黑了，我绕 B 2楼了，2楼启动了。 我摸得很慢，有2楼，慢慢打，慢慢打。我玩2楼8，我玩时间了，玩时间了。关键是在绕远的。我有马上2秒钟有闪光。阳台有人，阳台到了，打个闪拖下。地方有个 wiper。
Still left to spare, nobody's almost let himself a little bit of respite from it, but still Neon won't go down. And now he's the last one left, time ticking though. LEV being pressured, and they might have just lost the round entirely as a result of it. Nobody plays it to perfection, waits it all the way out, and King can't even escape.
What a round! So many layers to what's going on there. They ripped the showstopper off barrier because they're expecting LEV to fight for B main. That's the most obvious tactical adjustment that LEV would have made. When Smoggy gets all of that position on B, they cancel the idea of going back over towards A. Head to B, get the plant down, and then there's lurks on lurks on lurks because of that double fake setup. Nobody individually and in terms of the calling, getting one up here, putting the pressure back on LEV. China's Kings, they're leading by 3.
They really are. Not done yet by any measure whatsoever. That's going to be prime, Procton ready. Flash held into the hands with a refight call for LEV, trying to get ahead of all of this. Kang finally brought down. Jenny just can't quite manage it. Rifle aim was impeccable towards the end, but that trading again earns LEV one more chance. It's King rattling out commands towards the end, rattling out support.
Anytime there's a big team fight brawl like this, we saw it on Pearl as well. LEV look more practiced. If it's a giant 5v5 fight, a big skirmish, the trading and the util does tend to favor the American squad.
One enemy remaining.
But if you create chaos, if you slip individuals into little gaps, EDG, they've got those opportunities. And if they can find a big exec, this time going over towards A, is Blow's good for it. They know where he's going to be posted.
Smoggy, he's got that judge in hand. Hold on, moving away. Forwards! Judge might be nerfed, but not that much. Can't go straight there with a blade storm and a right click. It's going to be dismissing them completely out of his grasp. LEV peeling back and away. You know, they've lost control over this one.
Here.
Giving him control of the space inside the smoke. It's Kang just backing out. He knows the internal timer ticking. Smoke dissipates, he hears it. Sound cues. There's good tracking.
Well, there's the Neon nerf in action.
Straight back at you.
Spike planted.
Neon can't do much about this. 1v4, EDG find their way to 11.
And this is very nice game plan from EDG. The ante, we've seen a lot of teams try to beat LEV, and they struggle a ton on the A side of the map. We've seen most teams, they know that they can get the plant down on A. So they go into A, and they end up playing in these post-plant situations that LEV are mega comfortable with. Instead, EDG are going up ramp and dominating heaven. which takes away any opportunity for LEV to play their classic retakes, where they're fast down ramp. EDG dominate that space, Kangkang bulldozing his way through and setting up on much more aggressive angles. It's a beautiful idea. They look very prepared for what is LEV's map pick, and an astonishingly successful map for LEV. The desk was saying, if EDG can push things towards map 4 and 5, experience, scrappiness, it could start to push things more and more in favor of the Chinese team, who's won a trophy before.
The faces on LEV currently on that stage, playing like they've realized for the first time exactly where they're playing. Seeing the same smiles, the same energy.
Well, it's also the first time we've seen them struggle strategically.
Yeah.
It was this B exec that first posed the problem. And since then, EDG have actually shown a lot of other stuff that's worked nicely. The fakes from nobody, that A-Heaven exec, and now Kangkang with the op. Looking to try to get a punish on Neon as he goes for that jiggle peek at default. But at some point here, as the timer ticks down and we see that Neon isn't wanting to give this peek away, they're going to have to go for the exec. And surely Kangkang's going to pass the op over to somebody else.
It's a good setup though from LEV. Sato, slide off angle, the pathing here from the satchel forwards. Neon, he's only got a bulldog yet still. He's going to do his best. Here it is, Chichu fast onto the timing, just all the way up through mid, but that's going to be heard, LEV! It's a well-laid trap at EDG. They walk straight into it.
It's an absolute own goal from EDG. They've just done an exec with Kangkang opping, dashing over towards new box. Or new stand, sorry. And there's no way of recovering this 2v5.
Journey. Smoke propped up. Something to play around. Potential to pull these players out into the open, but with Spike watching that angle, nobody's already realized it. It's the little victories that you're playing for in a round like this.
10 seconds left.
EDG, even domestically, do struggle on anti-ecos. And we've seen a lot of thrifties, not all of them for LEV. There've been plenty on both sides. But this one, I think, is extremely avoidable. They did not have to play the round like this. When they realized that they weren't being given a pick over towards B main, it's pretty simple to just pass your operator over to somebody else at the back of the pack.
Not just that as well, just rushing into the B exec. Difference maker being Spike, Sato, Neon. They can put that full focus onto main, because King, he had that pit up the entire time through mid.
Yeah.
Didn't have to worry about B-Heaven.
It's the pressure around the map that's actually worked for nobody's calling. Slower rounds, where you just let LEV have all the information, are going to be a disaster. And EDG can't afford to let opportunities slip. They were in control of this game up until that anti-eco that they failed.
They still are 2 rounds ahead.
This is nice though. Again, they take B main, they put the pressure as if they're going to go for the B pop. And it's such an extremely difficult thing to stop with those double duelists that LEV have to respect it, have to pull bodies over towards B. And that means that Blows comes off his normal position. A gets a little weaker. EDG, though, have been missing the timings a bit. They've had about 20 seconds here to get over towards A, and instead nobody's calling a fake afterwards, like he's going to make it feel like it's ending A, but the spike's heading towards B.
They might not have liked that the Haunt, I don't know, the Haunt really didn't clear much over towards A-Heaven.
Well, here comes a Prowler. I think nobody wants to be seen by this, to make it feel like it's going A.
Since Trailblazer now going to be used with the wall up on top of it. Just trying to pull players over towards this A side, but reinforcement's still here.
Is Smoggy going to play for the orb? He is. Showstopper online.
Now it's going to be ready and waiting. Just the one Sato to play for. A deep dash into it, but that rocket has gone wide to the back wall. And King, Neon, they combine their mind once more. It's Sato who will go down, but an instant pivot TP. Hold on, evacuation.
He doesn't want it to get cancelled. He's worried about Blows.
Yeah, didn't know if he was still going to be anchoring over towards that spot, but it goes both ways. Neon has an ult of his own, reinforcing over towards the A side. 13 seconds remaining. This could be it. Playing spoiler and more. Spike picked up, immediately reclaimed, but nobody's going to be under all that pressure. They know the win cons. They're going to run him down and deny the chance for EDG to get anything more.
It's a wild round called there by nobody. Overcooked. He had a brilliant fake play set up a few rounds back. But this one, they lost control entirely.
30 seconds left.
Missed their timing to go back into A. Over-anticipated how many players would get pulled off. The thing is, LEV are never going to stack bodies on A, thinking that it's going in that direction because they're happy to play retake. They will stack bodies B on their defense side, but they're not going to pull defensive players off the B site very often. I think that round demonstrates a bit of a misunderstanding of how LEV approach their defense side, and so Autumn's going to hit the timeout. The Brain Trust pulled over from T1. Now tasked to keep EDG ahead. 2 rounds in a row that LEV have just picked up, when it looked like all the momentum was in favor of the attackers. They've also lost the economy.
Yeah, it's going to be tough going, isn't it? From this point on, they could force up potentially, but it won't be ideal.
In order to push things to fracture, the coaching staff is going to have to come up with an answer here. The B exec was potent, but LEV figured out an answer for it. More bodies on that side of the map. EDG's A heaven, it was such a nice strategic response. But it seems like they've forgotten all about that.
And no longer relying on it, leaning into it. Again, all eyes set towards this B site. Now, LEV are assuming that there's a level of conditioning here because they were stacking it heavy with players, but they hit a util. Neon in court here and there. We're going to see a Trailblaze with a Cloudburst already forwards. It does pull out the paranoia. The molly going to be used to reciprocate. Sato just wants to stun them, stop them in their tracks. But already a double dash. That is a lovely entry. Smoggy's all the way forwards. Vulnerable jump. Matters not. There's plenty more bodies where that came from right there behind it. Transfer can't be hit in time. But they don't know about this. They don't know about King.
Tucked in the smoke. 24 kills. An immovable object. An invisible object as well, by the way, the EDG started moving forwards there. But look at the adjustment. LEV have done such a good job adapting to the way that EDG want to pop into B. Neon, instead of TPing out, TP's deeper. Sato's there now for a molly on the choke. You have to get through the molly, you have to get through the snake bite, the paranoia. But surely this is the round that Autumn had crafted a plan for. They fake as if it's B control. They pull bodies away from A, and now are they going to try to hit the timing? This is the moment where nobody has been hesitant before.
11-11. It's your entire tournament on the line here for EDG. Seekers sets a path forwards once more, but that sees a connection. Slingshots Kang all the way back. Spike is all the way in, forwards, but again the rifle lane blows. It's straight on top of it, the flood defense ordered up. And with the reinforcements again, they slam the door shut.
Leviathan have barreled back into this game. A match point for the Young Americas squad to clear EDG out 3-0. They knew what was coming. Spike even missed Kang in the midst of all of that, hunting it inside the Cloudburst with a shorty. But EDG look out of answers. 4 in a row for LEV.
Money is all over the place. But EDG have to pull it together. They have to drag it to OT. If they want a chance to survive in this tournament, if they want a chance to go all the way.
There.
Viatan. Steady nerve being held by this squad. The difference in terms of the defense and the setup. Neon, normally happy to play towards Pillar.
He can't be cleared by a Trailblazer. Nobody's using that one up through mid. Just trying to fake that it's not going to be a B-pop.
Immediately breaking it now, but Utah's going to be flying up towards it. This is an all-in attempt! Neon! Shuts it all down, Sano played in! And in the blink of an eye, it's all gone so damn wrong! Frantic is the energy. Desperate plays in a 2v3, but LEV not stopping whatsoever. They call for the pause, the calm before the storm. But Leviathan, it's all in the palms of their hands. Leviathan are going all the way. It's an uncrowned king that is coming for a throne. They have earned their chance all the way through the lowers. The sole last remaining representatives of Americas, and now with a chance to go the distance.
3-0 domination. A team that's won champs before, dismantled, but a great run from EDG nonetheless, building that momentum towards Champ Shanghai. But this will not be a trophy that they are allowed to fight for. It is Leviathan who have earned the right for a revenge game against Paper Rex.
It's the Vamos to win around the world with this squad. They've exceeded everyone's expectations. A squad that was built on a long-term plan. Trophies obviously the goal, but they're getting a chance much sooner than perhaps anticipated.
Take a good look at this squad. I doubt it'll be the last time you see them on a grand final stage, but remember it because this is the first time you'll see them. What a team! Absolutely brimming with talent. They were the better squad today in terms of the prep, the teamwork, the team fighting. And even EDG's incredible individuals could not power them through to even win a map. It looked like Split would be the first, but LEV was simply too good.
He stood up to the test of resilience that EDG offered.
See you guys, bye. Good night.
And now one more challenge awaits them, one more opponent. Already been bested by them.